Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to select all the columns except few specific ones by using except function in PySpark. So we except function we use to return the rows in one data frame that are not present in other data frame. Note that except removes duplicates. So that means suppose we have two data frames and it removes data, it will check, it will compare data frame 1 and data frame 2 and whatever not present in other data frame, those records it will print. Suppose in data frame 1, if you have duplicate records, it removes the duplicates. Suppose you assume that we have some 300 columns and I want to select only 275 columns out of 300 columns. So normally whenever you use a select star function, uh, select star means it will select all 300 columns, or one more method mentioning all 300 columns in select function. So suppose in case I want to uh, only 275 columns I want to pick. So then it is very difficult to write all the columns in select statement. So what except does is, instead of writing 275 columns in select statement, if you use except and if you mention only 25 columns, so whatever columns we don't require, so those columns will write by using except function. So it is not possible to write all the columns manually and in traditional databases. So we don't have any other approach other than this, like writing manually. So what Spark SQL does is they come up with except function to overcome these manually written column names. Okay, so in this particular video, so we'll mainly concentrate on two things. One is by using Spark SQL, how to use except function, and second one by using PySpark. So in Spark SQL, first we'll see how to select only required columns. Then later, how to use except function on single data frame. Next, how to use except function while joining two data frames. One more scenario like while joining three data frames. So first what I'm doing, I'm importing required functions. Then I have one data set like except CSV, and this is my data set and I have this many columns. Okay, and since I limited to limit 10, it's showing only 10 rows. Okay, so what is our main important is columns. So here I'm trying to print number of columns in this particular data frame. So that is df dot columns, and I'm trying to list down all the column names by using df dot columns. So in this data set, total I have 49 columns, and these are all the column names I have in my data frame. So now we'll see by using Spark SQL how to select these columns. So first what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a view by using this data frame. So that is this one, df underscore except. So what I'm doing, df underscore x, I'm creating one temp view by using temporary view by using create or replace temp view. And what is the view name is vw underscore except. So first we'll see our regular approach, like how we'll use normally by using select function. So for selecting all the columns, so our first scenario, we are going to discuss about how to select all columns. So select class is used to limit number of columns in our output. Okay, so normally we can use select star from this view name or table name. This is one method to select all the columns in our data frame. Second one is instead of defining star, writing all the column names. If you see here, instead of star, I am trying to mention all the column names from this particular view. So there are two ways of doing. So first one, for getting all the columns, I am using select star from this view name. So here we are getting all the columns in this particular view. So this is one method using star, and second one is by manually writing all the column names here in select statement. So these column names you can pick it you can pick it from here df.columns. Okay, so this is second method. So now what is the scenario is second one, what we will do is select required columns instead of writing all the columns. Suppose we assume that in total we have how many columns here? Total 49 columns. So suppose out of 49 columns, I don't require, maybe assume that from here. So these columns I don't require. So normally what we had to do, we had to write column names from here to here, okay, manually. So instead of that, we can do this one by using except function, and we can use, we can write only these columns. So in this scenario, we'll see what we'll do. Select required columns. See market start date. If you see in these columns, see market start date, this one. See, I need only these many columns. Okay, so these many columns I'm manually writing here. In select statement, I written manually from here to here. So this is regular method, like out of 50 columns, suppose if you want only 30 columns, then those 30 columns will mention here manually. So this is our regular method. So what is the best method and what Spark SQL introduced is for selecting required columns, that is by using except function. So except function, what it does is it excludes columns. Okay, so what is the syntax is select star and write except, and within bracket you write only whatever non-required columns. Okay, so see, if you see here market end date. So here if you go to column names, see market start date. Okay, so I need only from here to here. So instead of manually entering all these columns, what we are doing is we are using except function, and inside except function only these columns we are mentioning. So whatever columns not required, only those columns we are mentioning. So instead of typing all these columns, we are mentioning only these columns. So that is this one. So select star. So select star means from all the columns, it excluding these many columns. And if you see here, see we are getting only remaining columns up to market start date. Okay, so this difference between our regular manually entering column names and between except, by using except, how we can simplify this. So since I have here only 49 columns and I'm excluding only few columns, but if you have scenario like some 1,000 columns, your data frame having 1,000 columns, and you need it in that only some around 950 columns. So remaining 50 columns you don't require. So that time it's very difficult to write all 950 columns manually here. So instead of that, by using except function, if you write only that remaining 50 columns, you can able to achieve same result. So this is like simplifying the work. And third one is how to use except function while joining two or three tables. So I have data frame one. If you see, this is my first data frame running data. And if I list down this number of columns in this, okay, and what are the column names. So I have total 10 columns and these are all my column names. So this is df1 and sales data. So this is my data frame 2. And if I list down how many columns in this, total number of columns are 6 and these are all the column names. And I have one more data frame df3. This is sales collect, and for this I have total 15 columns and these are all my column names. Now what I'm doing is first I'm creating temporary view by using all these data frames. See, first data frame, that is df underscore table 1. Second data frame is df underscore table 2. Third one is df underscore table 3. By using all these three data frames, I'm using create or replace temp view function, and for each table I'm creating one view. So total I have three views, three temporary views I created. So now what I will do is I'll try to join first two data frames. So first I'm trying to do without using except function. So in our general approach, I'm writing SQL code. So select star from table 3. I'm applying left join on table 2, and on condition I'm giving this primary key. Okay, from table 2, this is the key, target simulation ID. From table 3, this is the primary key. So here what I'm doing, I'm trying to select all the records by using this join condition. And if you see, you will get all the columns. See, all the columns you will get from both data frames. So in first data frame 3 and 4, right here, join. See, table 3 and table 2. So table 3, how many columns? 15. And it is starting with ID, ending with target simulation ID. And in join condition, if you see ID, from ID, and target simulation ID. Up to here, this is df1. And from target event ID to target simulation ID, that is df2, table 2. So here, see target event ID to target simulation ID. So total we have that 15 columns plus 6, total 21 columns. But now what I'm doing, I'm trying to use except function. How I'm doing, select T3 dot star. So T3 means table 3. From table 3, since I given star all columns, from all columns, I'm using except function, means I want to exclude these columns. If you see table 3, see this table 3, I have this many columns. So in this, what I'm excluding is from vehicle showroom payment date, target simulation ID, vehicle payment date. Okay, vehicle showroom payment date. So these columns I don't want. Okay, so these columns I kept in except function. So that means how many columns we are excluding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So that means out of 15, we are excluding 6. So that means 9 columns will be there by using this except function. See, this is from table 3. And from table 2 dot star. T2 means this one, table 2. So from table 2, it's want to select all columns. From that, I want to accept these 3 columns. If you see table 2, we have total 6 columns. So in this, what are the columns I want to exclude? Transmission capacity. So transmission capacity, these 3 columns I want to exclude. So remaining only 3 columns I required. So if you use this one, select table 3, we define table 2, we defined, and from table 3, and I'm using left join on table 2, and I given join condition. Okay, primary key. From table 2, primary key, table 3, primary key. So I will get output excluding these columns. Okay, so I will get only remaining columns. If you want to compare ID, starting with ID, I think target event ID. If we see table 3, okay, table 3, it's starting with ID and up to vehicle showroom data. So that is table 3. Vehicle showroom data. Up to here, this is data frame 3. So next, what is T2 data frame 3? So excluding these 3. So that means we'll see this one increment table 2. See this one target event ID, vehicle name, sales currency. Target event ID, vehicle name, target event ID, vehicle name, sales currency. I think this increment is part of table 3, it seems. Yeah. So excluding these columns, I think increment, it is not written here. Okay, we are not excluded in this list. Okay, so that's why it coming here. So this is applying except function on while joining two data frames. Now we'll see how to use except function while joining 3 tables or 3 data frames. See, up to here I given same columns to exclude. Our explanation will be same and the result will be same. On top of that, I'm giving T1 dot star. That means table 1. So from that, I want to exclude these columns. So vehicle delivery date to database. So vehicle delivery date to database. So I want to print only these many columns. So target event ID to type of market. Target event ID. See, our last one is type of market. Target event ID. Okay, so we'll get only excluding these columns from all 3 tables, excluding these columns, we'll get output here. See this third table left join also same on condition from table 1. This is the primary key target event ID. from table to target simulation ID. So this is the primary keys. So this how we can join three data frames using accept function. So next we'll see how to use accept function in PySpark. So how to use accept column in select class. See, in PySpark we don't have direct function accept. So we need to do in alternate way, like by using list comprehension. So for that, how we'll do is in list comprehension, call for call in data frame. This is our main data frame dot columns. So that means all columns need to rotate. Means we need to loop it for loop one by one column. Then if that column not in this list, okay. So I mentioned these many columns. So that means initially we have 49 columns, no? From 49 columns, these columns I don't require. Okay. So if call not in, so other than these columns, it printing these columns. So same logic we are applying inside select class. So df underscore accept dot select. Inside select, I am using this same for loop. So call for call in df underscore accept dot columns if call not in. Okay, so same logic applying here inside select statement. So what I will get it other than these columns, excluding these columns, remaining all columns it will pick in select statement. Okay, so now we discussed by using two things. One is Spark SQL and PySpark. So this is about this video, how to select all the columns except non-required columns using accept function. So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.